Today we're going to mod our F700 arcade stick. We did a video about this not too long ago in reference to if it was good or not. I think it's a decent arcade stick for the price point. And now we are going to mod it some because my son, he said, hey, could you mod this for me, Dad? And I said, sure, why not, son? We have the F700 arcade stick, and we are going to take these green buttons right here, and we are going to mod it and put these buttons on here, and then we're going to change this ball top to a bat top, and we're going to call it a day. We're also going to put a new picture in there. Let's see the picture that we're going to put it in there for this particular one. Do I have it still? Yes, I do have it. We're going to switch it up and put in this Rick and Morty design that I've done in Photoshop. So the only issue that I have with this is that I probably should have took it to FedEx Kinko's because my printer doesn't print out perfectly. But for what we're doing today, it's going to work. All right. So the first thing that we're going to do is go ahead and take this bad boy apart and let you guys see what's on the inside of this particular device. I use my handy dandy screwdriver. It has this little knob at the end. It makes it really easy to handle. You can get these screwdrivers from places like Focus Attack and Arcade Shock, and I think they're worth it. I definitely think they're worth it. Make sure, normally I have a little bucket for my screws. Make sure you have a little bucket for your screws so you do not lose your screws when you are undoing this. I hear it all the time. I lost a screw. Where can I buy screws? Guess what? I don't have an answer for you. I do not have an answer for you and where said screws can be found. So there's that part right there. So be mindful of where you put your screws at. All right, so now that we have all the screws out, I don't think there's anything else that I need to detach or anything like that. Boom, it's open. This is what it looks like on the inside of this particular arcade stick. Now this is really interesting. This is not a Sanwa lever, but it looks like it has Sanwa buttons, as you can see right here. I guess this is their own special lever that they use for this particular arcade stick. And it's like, hey, why not? Hey, why not? I'm not even mad at you. Here goes all the cords. Now, this is the thing that I do for anytime I'm modding something. I typically take a picture of everything that is here, but I don't have my phone with me, so I'm probably going to have to do it a little bit differently. Yeah, well, honestly, I don't know what I want to do. I don't know how I want to do it. Oh, you know what? This is how we're going to do it. We are going to do it this way. We are going to take this all apart, take it all out. I don't necessarily recommend this because some people are afraid of getting electrocuted and stuff like that. We're going to take this all off. We're going to put the new buttons in. And then once we put those new buttons in, hear me? Yeah, hear me? We're going to go one by one to make sure that each space correlates with the button input that's being pressed. Does that make sense? So let's do that now. So all you got to do is kind of squeeze and pull, squeeze and pull. Sometimes they're a little bit tougher than some are a little bit tougher than others, but all you're doing is squeezing and pulling. Squeeze and pull. All right, we got all these wires taken off of the buttons here. And again, you can replace these ones right here. It's not that hard to replace those. It's a little bit of soldering here, a little bit of soldering there. That's a story for another day. I don't feel like doing that. I'm not going to replace this stick right here. It's a square gate, by the way, if you were wondering what type of gate there was. And then now we can just push all these buttons out. And see, you just pinch them and push them. I personally do not like the pinch. Like, your fingers are already hurt from taking the wires out, right? Your fingers definitely are already hurting from taking the wires out. But that's all you got to do. Pinch and push. Pinch and push. Right there and right there. The next thing you're going to do is grab the lever, and we're going to twist the ball top off. You got to hold it right here at this part right there at the lever, and then twist ever so slightly, twist it off. We're gonna twist it off. Boom, just like that. When I move, you move, just like that. And now this is what it should look like. It should look just like this now that it's all taken apart. Boom. Now we're gonna take the plexi off. It has a magnet little thing on here. If you want to, I don't know what to call it. It's freaking magnet. What else do you want me to call it? There's a magnet attachment here. You see these parts in these corners here. There's magnets, and that's what's holding it in place. We're going to take it off like that. We're going to put this off to the side for a second, and then we are going to take this off. Oh, that's kind of cool. It has this stuff on the other side. See, that's kind of cool. Mayflash is really trying here, and I ain't even mad. But as you can see here, it's this is what's on the other side, underside. So I'm assuming if you really wanted to, you could take this plate off and make your own plate. I don't recommend that, but you ultimately can make your own plate here. And you know, if you wanted a not six button, well, yeah, 6-button, whatever layout you want, a leverless layout, whatever layout you want, you ultimately could do that and just, you know, prioritize the case, take this part out and put a new PCB in there. But again, I wouldn't recommend that for this particular arcade stick. Kind of is what it is. So now let's find that artwork and put the artwork on here. Give me one. Like this. So I'm going to make some marks here showing. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna do, and it's good. It's just an easy little cuts. Or, better yet, I'm gonna get an X-Acto knife, and I'm just gonna go around the edges right here so that we can move forward fairly quickly. Did I cut what I needed to cut out? It cut out enough. All right, so. We're done cutting. We placed it in there. We cut off a little pieces of the side there. It's not super duper noticeable. I'm perfectly fine with that. And we can start putting the buttons in. We're going the buttons that we're using. These are Sanwa. I got them off Amazon. Like why the heck not? Why the heck not get Amazon buttons for a particular project like this? Normally, again, like I said before, normally I get the screw buttons, but because I'm not going to be doing a lot of modding with this particular arcade stick, I decided to just get regular Sanwa buttons. Ugh. Oh, from Twitch. I've been lurking lately, you know. Oh, no doubt, man. I appreciate you coming through, man. No freaking doubt. Here we are. Put this right here. Put this right here. We got these green buttons here, kind of going with the Rick and Morty theme. I like the said green buttons for this. Doesn't that look good? I think this looks pretty good overall. Boom. Buttons are almost there. Buttons are almost all the way in. And boom. Buttons are done. Now we are going to, instead of putting I don't know, maybe I should put a washer in there. I'm not too sure what we should do or how we should do it. As you see, you can put the washer in like this. I don't know if the bat top is going to fit over it to make sure it has that additional cover on it. Let's see if the bat top fits on this, and it does. It does. And then lastly, let's see if one more thing fits on here. Does one of the washers that I have, or dust covers, does that work by putting it over this? And it does. So that you guys know what it is that I'm putting on here. It's like, oh, it's green. So what? It's green, but it's a green clear version of the Mishima Sabatsu washer. I'll probably put these on sale eventually online, but I'm going to put the green version of that on this lever here. I think that's going to be pretty cool. And voila, let's twist that on. Boom. And now let's turn this over like this. and hold this all in place. And make sure we hold on to it really tight, and we twist it on, oops, like that. I want it on there really tight. I don't want it to be loose. Boom, and there you have it. We have the first part of the project done. All right, now we're going to flip this over, and we're going to start plugging things in to see what goes with what and what what's what with this particular thing. It's going to take a little bit of time, but that's okay. I have time on my hand today to do something like this. Now that we figured out where all the buttons go and we know that they're correct, we can press these in harder and make sure the rubber covers are over them and make sure they're in there really, really good. And then we can close the case up because everything is in its place and where it's supposed to be at. Make sure you push your buttons in really firmly now that we know that the buttons are in their proper places within the arcade stick. All you're going to do is just push it down really, really firm and kind of give it a slight twist so that it will, the button that is, not the wires, the buttons, give a slight little twist there so that it stays in place. Make sure you don't push it too hard within your buttons because it will break the actual button itself, the individual button. You don't want to do that. You don't want that to happen. Now we make sure the cord's in place. Put that right there so we don't lose that. And now we can take the metal plate. We can take the metal plate that's here, that we have here, and we can screw it on now. Uh-oh. Did I make a mistake? I don't think I made a mistake. We got to open up this case here. And we got to feed the cord through that part of the case. And I have to unplug it from the computer. There we are. Put that through there. We making magic happen. I think this is a pretty good job. This is a really good project here. It turned out way better than I expected it to. Even though there were some slight issues with it, but overall I think this ended up being a great project in general. So let's put this on here like this. There we are. And we're going to screw this back on. Where is the magnet? Where's said magnet? All right, boom. There you go. There we have it. And so overall, considering you're trying to get Brian to Shinryu, you can do it. So in all considering and all the issues that we had with this particular device here, a little bit of if you're doing this DIY, you're going to run into issues. It kind of is what it is, but overall I think I don't have any issue with what this is and what it's going to be used for. My son's a Rick and Morty fan, and over time when I see him use it more, I'll change the artwork for him, or for that matter, if he doesn't use it, I'm just gonna take it and use it for myself or something else for another project. But overall, I think this ended up turning out really, really good. There goes the dark version. It could have been a lot darker, but I don't think that would have worked out. But I think this looks great, and it feels good in the hands. So tell me if you have any tips, tricks, or secrets in reference to how you put your stuff together in the comments below. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. Success and victory don't block what you face. And I'll see you on the next time. Peace out.